Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Our shade experimentation continues, with Umbra leading the charge alongside my favorite monstrosity, Onkea. And it has been a long time since I've seen the spider mandibles get as much value as it has in conjunction with the Shade's lovely little trap. So I think we're going to continue this synergy for a wee bit. But today, we march into the mercenary barracks, which, fun fact, this used to be the final floor of the video game. No, during early access. So let's see what awaits us when I select our battle squad. As the dwarves fell before the onslaught of the walking dead, news of the crisis started to spread far and wide. The human kingdom was rich and willing to pay gold uncountable to whomever could manage to bring them the head of the newly awakened necromancer. They would all gather here in these barracks. Cunning rogues and learned mages, knights and elven rangers, all following the siren call of coin. They knew not of the true scope of danger that awaited them. In the end, they were but lambs gathering before the butcher. Oh, did I get the zigzag? Ooh. It's not a bad zigzag. This is the best one we've gotten so far. Okay. So, fun fact, there are actually no mages on this floor anymore. There used to be, right here. Oh, we got the DLC boss. Oh, that's fine. The new boss, I say new, the boss in early access was the Pyromancer, who now resides on the 4th floor. But the original launch boss for this floor is the second gimmick boss, the Monster Hunter. And he can be, well, problematic. I had to come up with a whole new cheese in order to beat him on Eternal Harvest 5. But I did it, and boy, was it a journey. So let's get started, shall we? Now, I actually quite like the 3rd floor. It can catch you off guard very easily, and one such unit is this one, the Rogue. A humble rogue, but they have a lot of evasion, as you can see, sitting at 59%, which is even higher now because we've given them 18. But their feature makes it so they deal bonus damage based on missing vigor.
Have a little tingle up your spine.
So Quelaag here is actually in quite a lot of danger. So I am going to go ahead and just pop her cocoon right away. He is going to miss. Wow. That minus 18% accuracy really did work. I think I am in a... Yeah, sure. We'll pop down the trap. The fact that those two stack makes me really happy. And we got just enough thanks to him shooting me that I can go ahead and pop off the Swordsman. The Swordsman is the second threat on this floor, the unexpected perhaps threat. And the reason is because he actually has a really low accuracy baseline. We've removed even more of that with our current item setup. But every time he misses, he will gain accuracy and a lot of critical damage. So he can actually, with our current build, just scale to infinity and beyond. So we do have to be a little bit afraid of that. As you can see, that hurt Nunos quite a lot. But he's also dead. So do we really need to be afraid? Nay, I say. Nay. Maybe he'll hit me. You want to hit me, bro? No.
This one voided its bowels just as a die.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, as you can see, Quelaag didn't do a whole lot there. In fact, she did kind of nothing. So, I think her time with us has expired. However, her replacement isn't ready yet. We need more brains. We actually have a 17 brain, which is close enough. But we'll wait a little bit. She'll stick around for now. Anke has reached rank 18, meaning she can level up her final skill, and this is unimportant. Typically I go with this Figuring Flurry just, to keep the Wrath cost down, and I guess I'm going to do that. This also provides us with 3 luck, which is all well and good. But Sundering Squall isn't bad. Again, this will go against block and armor, so we can use this to remove armor if we ever do physical damage, but we're primarily magic. Magic and, of course, Dread, which cares not for your pathetic defenses. Boom. Evasion. That is our new defense mechanism. We have constructed everything in the crypt, and I guess we're going for the excavation site next. I mean, our Wrath is okay. Our mana is mostly fine. We could even use our Digger Souls now to upgrade, but... Alrighty, let's check out this layout. Now, third floor quests. What do we remember about the third floor quests? Nothing. No, I don't remember anything. I see a lot of cultists we could hit, though. And I am interested in... Alright, we're going left to right, zigzag. Let's go. Left to right. If we go right here, we hit a whole bunch of fountains, which I'm not that interested in. Oh. Okay. The bloated flesh at the start of its turn, the minion restores 12 vigor for each unfilled squad slot. Hate that item. The spiked head. Any character that attacks this minion receives 40 stress damage. Now, this is a curious item. It's not particularly great, but it could be funny, you know? I believe this would go off if we evade as well. Maybe. I don't actually know. But anyway, we'll be taking the Crowpaw. Curses enemies for 2 turns when minions use ability. This is exactly like the Ashes of the Burned Witch, but for stress damage.
Amazing what they just leave lying around.
So technically, it would be more helpful for Shade Shenanigans if we replace the Ashes with this, but deleting an Ashes hurts my soul on a deep and fundamental level. So we're not going to do that. We'll just keep hold of it. Oh, I didn't even talk about the crossbowmen, but he's not really important. Now, we have been introduced to the Bard. The Bard is, as you would imagine, the support unit for this floor. And she is, for lack of a better word, a little bit of a bitch.
Tingle up your spine.
Just a wee bit. Now, of course, she can full buff like that, or full heal and buff. It's actually quite irritating. But the part that makes her a bitch is her AoE stun. So I am going to focus her. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Nothing to spit. I guess I just curse you. Sure. Now the rogue has gone into his little stance here. How does this work again? He gains a whole bunch of evasion. Get fucked. Deals physical damage to a random minion if an ally missed. I see. Okay. It's fine by me. Do what you want. I'm just going to kill your friend. Burned to death. Yoink. Aw, you missed. Thanks for shuffling. I appreciate it.
Frail bodies fail.
Ow. So you might be wondering, how do we make this better? Well, there are a few ways we can make this better. Again, Quelaag has kind of outlived her usefulness. So she is not long for this team composition. What will replace her? Well, we have a few options, actually. I should have healed with Sorcery.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of
But
schedule.
one is, of course, simply another shade. And I'm not against that. Am I really about to... Yep, okay, sure. So, enjoy, while we can, Quelaag's presence. We do have the Void Flame, and I'll have to make another shade just to give them the Void Flame to hold on to it, so we can get a third Void Flame for a third shade for Shenanigans. But first, let's spend our talents. We're going to get Slake with Darkness.
Hey, I want to show you a little magic trick.
This is an AoE stress ability that Iratus can just whip out. We don't really use it for its stress damage, or I don't particularly, but it is an excellent way to get rid of wards if you fight a team with wards, which you will. You will. Iratus. Gain a talent. Now we could... I do want blind. I've never really used this before, so I'd like to have it. But I'm kind of interested in the luck potion. How much luck do we have right now? Onkea is rocking 35, 13, 13. We can wait. Because we don't have to calcinate, which is its prerequisite is to improve calcination. But we're using the shade for mana, so we don't care. Get fucked. Now your stun, I believe, is in first position. So if I were to yoink her, shall we try it? Let's try it. Do that. Do that. Do I put down the spine bomb or do I slay? Fucking ow. We could try it. Let's try it.
You'll restore.
It wasn't too bad.
Make them suffer.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And that's why I'm keeping the ashes for now instead of the... Oh, I never did that. Instead of replacing with the crowpaw.
Your frail bodies fail you.
Yes. Good. Now, the second thing they could replace Quilog, and that probably will, is a little scheme I've been concocting. And that is... betrayal. This isn't missed, by the way. So even if they have 100% evasion, they can't dodge me. Not gonna make the same mistake this time. We delay, heal up. One of my favorite creations is the Shade. Or not the Shade. The Wraith. The Wraith.
Mine is the winning side.
An epic skull and a serpent skull. Not bad. Not useful right now, but not bad. So the Wraith is this character. Big fan. Because the Wraith is one of the only units I think that can naturally reach 100% evasion. Like, the Shade can do so, obviously, with the Grand Deception. But with enough shenanigans, I think the Wraith can get there naturally. I was going to hug the left corner and go this way, right? I'm skipping all the sacrificial altars, which is unfortunate because I just got a load of names for them. Thanks, Brian. But I don't want to hit Double Grave. Double Grave makes me feel sad. Well, I mean, since I mentioned it. Come to me, my dear Kasogba.
Let's hope there was no fine print.
Isn't there an apostrophe in Kasogba? Okay, there is not an apostrophe in Kasogba. Kasogba is the brother, the sister and mate of Cthulhu. Cthulhu is her brother. And we are going to go grab her class item, which will make a lot of sense in a moment. The Phantom Clothes. The Wraith gains 5 evasion for each block and ward applied. So, Kasogtha can get 4 block and 4 ward baseline, which is plus 40 evasion from that. And then she can also get a decent amount of evasion on her own, add the Spirit Amulet, and if she needs even more, she can add a block and ward to herself with Survival. So, the Wraith is one of the, ironically, the tankiest frontliners for any Dread build. Big fan. And also, if you're doing like a debuff curse build, the Shade builds naturally into that. But the Wraith builds naturally into that. I don't know why I get them so confused. But what we're going to do is we are going to Terror Wave. So the whole idea would be to have multiple shades setting up multiple percentage traps while counterattacking all attacks they receive, and then the Wraith just goes boop. And they all shuffle, they all trigger the percentage traps, and they all die a horrible and painful death. But that is in the future. In the future. Not now. Soon. Probably. Yoink. I don't know why I did that. I just didn't know what to do. You missed a bone golem. Twice! Yeah. Honestly, that is impressive. I mean,
take everything from those who defend.
How do you miss Carnunos? He is the Giga Chad. The big boy. The Chungus. The tankiest among tanks. You went insane and died. Ah well. 'Tis the fate of most who face Iratus, Lord of the Dead. You miss. He didn't though. Whee! Aww. He lived it like one. That's a sign that we need to level up our attack. Honestly, good on you. I'm surprised Karina's connected there.
Display from mortal kind.
My loot's not. Oh, I need to be using the gambling chip. I need to use the gambling chip. Cool. We're one level away from blind. I might as well use it now before I forget further.
Now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
I think you're fine, Ankea. Alrighty. We have a new friend here, in quotation marks. The Elven Ranger. Now, what's curious about the Elven Ranger? Well, the Elven Ranger... See, I could Slake with Darkness here and get rid of all the block and ward. Or all the ward, anyway. I don't think I'm going to.
Have a little tingle up your spine.
The Elven Ranger is a melee combatant. Despite what you might expect from Rangers. They can do that. Get fucked, mostly. What's this? After minion attacks the swordsman counterattacks, dealing damage and he's redirecting from you. Okay. I can just pull you next turn.
Everything from those who defend it.
But his biggest shtick, the big thing that he does, is he can target, apply a mark to somebody, and remove, or the mark, here it is. It makes it so that all attacks against it ignore block, ward, armor, and resistance, and it also basically puts on a taunt. But you know, putting it on the shade was the worst decision you could have possibly made, which is impressive, honestly. Bye.
Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
I think that guy's dead too, to be honest. Funk. Yep. Alrighty. You love to see it. I don't even know what I do. Just debuff it. 66% accuracy. I feel like if you had 66% accuracy crossbowman, you'd be fired.
Soon this world will be mine.
Bolts were valuable. It was cheaper to make spears than it was to make arrows, I believe. Back in the day. We have 170 Digger's Souls. Do I just save for this then? You know what? I think I'm going to. Screw parts. We'll just go straight into the artifacts. Ah. A construct is here. This is the gargoyle. Everyone say hello. The gargoyle, as a construct, is immune to stress attacks and immune to ignition. Also has 22 armor and 22 resistance. It is pretty annoying. But of course, we are well equipped to destroy him. And all that he holds dear. Or doesn't hold dear.
Now that's gonna leave a mark.
It's a gargoyle, but it doesn't hold anything dear. Did you know that a statue, in order to be qualified as a gargoyle, has to have a water spout? Otherwise, it's just a... They call it a grotesque. So yeah. I suppose the grotesques of Notre Dame don't sound as cool as the gargoyles of Notre Dame, but... It is what it is. Here's his little stance, making him very thick.
Carve open their husks.
But that wouldn't stop Ankia if she thought to shoot you. But she didn't. Yoink. That was not smart. No one has taken stress damage. Except for you. Hey, let's shuffle.
Become part of the breathless tide.
You missed me, now you're gonna die. Ah. They die so young. And then there was one. I don't even know what I'm gonna do to you.
Ah, your frail bodies fail.
It's going well, though. I guess I have to do something. I'll just debuff him, it's fine. Bye-bye, yeah. Okay.
As your suffering ends, your service begins.
A purple armor. Is that the... That might be the excavation site telling me to give it love and not ignore it. That might be what that is. We want to wait. I could do it. I could do this and then put... and then level up the excavation site. It could be done. With our 4 talent points, we will get blind.
Spells, hexes, curses, all are at my command.
For 30 mana, we deal 45 stress damage, but that's not the important part. The important part is that the target loses 20 accuracy for 2 turns. The accuracy is decreased, or the accuracy loss is increased by 2% per point of spell power. Now, this is on the same tier as Finger of Death, and these are 2 very different power level spells. Don't get it twisted. But Blind plays very well into what we are trying to accomplish. And we can use it to screw over some very annoying opponents. Wow, speaking of, minions and enemies gain 20 accuracy until the battle ends. That's not what we want. Power Fist unlocks a secret destruction spell. This is, in my humble opinion, the best destruction spell in the game, Chain Lightning. It deals damage to the first 3 enemies, 20 to 40, but then its spell power is increased by 2%, which is the highest spell power scaling in the game, I'm pretty sure. Just like Crush Bones and the Spine Bomb, it's a great spell. And the Ribcage Armor. Minions gain 6 armor until the end of battle. Give me the Power Fist.
Collecting.
Now, I believe this is a weapon?
Finally,
No.
this item finds its way into my capable hands.
Honestly, we're not doing a whole lot of stress damage right now. We could keep the Power Fist. It could be done. Give it a shot, shall we? He says this is the literal worst opponent to try it on. But here we go. The DLC unit, ladies and gentlemen, the Elite Fallen Knight. As you can imagine, he is a big boy. But we
Evil restored.
are also big. Look at that percentage damage. You love to see it. You love to see it. Speaking of, yeet. Oh no. Alrighty. Now I have rooted them in place, which is mildly complicating matters. I think I'll just wait because I'm pretty sure this guy's dead. Yeah. Did the trap go away? Huh. Turns out it was a good thing to wait. Now I can put this down again. But no matter how hard you try, You cannot escape. Let's do it, sure.
This is my kind of entertainment.
69 mana. Nice. We could... No, just kidding. Actually, we could even wait to get that back up with the shade.
Is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilizations.
Ah, the Vulture's Feather. The minion receives 16 luck, 18 accuracy, and 12 evasion when an ally dies. This is part of the Sacrifice build. Which, you know, those are some pretty good stats. Alchemist Ring, 25% chance that Iratus will not expend a potion when using it. Well, well, well. The Dread Lake has paid out. After killing an enemy, the minion who dealt the killing blow receives a 2 vigor buff for the rest of the game. Stacks up to 10 times, does not trigger when killing a summoned creature. There are 3 spirit items in the game, and the Spirit Chainmail has a counterpart, the Spirit Spear, which is the same thing but increases the damage. And of course there's a Spirit Necklace, which is the only one that doesn't increase things permanently, which I think is weird. But it's whatever. Now, I like the Mist Robes. It's done a lot of work for us. It has been impressive. But I think we need to get some HP on Umbra and Ankea. I think we do. Some bonus HP. But for this quest... Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure nothing would go wrong. I should have upgraded the thing. Grand sprawling castles, so often filled with secrets, and more importantly, secret passages. So you are not surprised when one of your undead find a small nook in an otherwise ordinary wall that might open a passage into the unknown. What would be on the other side, you wonder? Well, first you will need to figure out how to actually open the damn thing. The wall is much too sturdy for even your zombies to blast open. 70% chance to find the opening mechanism. After spending a few minutes searching, you finally figure out the riddle that is needed to open up the passage. Inside takes you to a more remote area of the castle, opening up an attack route that your enemies will not be expecting. How unfortunate for them. For 3 battles, we get 1 initiative. Hashtag not worth. Okay. I think we go left, team. I think we do. Let's do it. This is like... I'm trying to max out the sack altars because the sack altars are very good. Well, they can be good.
Hardly an inspiring leader, but irrelevant for the armies of undead.
I'll sacrifice... Our first of several sacrifices today shall be King Bereft. Show me the goods worthy of your crown. That's not it. That's not it.
It embellishes my undead features.
But thanks to the book. That's not it at all. Alrighty. Yoink.
Have a little tingle up your spine.
Even without the mist robes, they just can't hit the shade. They just can't do it.
Terror will overflow.
Now it is worth noting that the bard will flee, much like the oracle on the previous floor, will flee if she is the final remaining enemy. So I tend to try and kill her. I tend to focus that bitch. I do think I'm going to miss Quilog's pull, but... Oh, you missed. Speaking of missing. She should be dead. Yeah. And the subtle poison slowly eradicating all life there within.
In the world.
Ah well. She served her purpose. Oh, the trap wore off. Whoopsie. Alright. What is your evasion? 62, that's actually kind of high. That's actually a little high.
My kingdom comes.
Bonk. Oh. You're immune. Oh, that's right. That can't be canceled. Curious. But fine.
Brave are an excellent source of fresh corpses.
Lived at 6. I hate to see it. But hey, the poison took it down.
Double outcome.
Like I said, I'm going to miss that poison. How we doing? What's your accuracy at? You know what? Max that bitch. I know we were waiting for something else. But that's fine. 250 Digger Souls. I bet I missed one. The final character for the Dead Lake is the Mummy. Amenhotep, go die for the cause.
I like to keep the embalmed organs as souvenirs.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure you would. You're a necromancer. This is Amenhotep. My preferred skin for the zombie. The Mummy. Alright, the Dead Lake is complete. That is an 8 times 4, 30. Let's not talk about that. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, so the quick math is just not going to happen. This is not going to happen today, okay? Ooh, whoa. These are pretty trash. Minions gain 1 block and 1 ward, but their initiative is reduced to 0. Not ideal. At the start of combat, all enemies lose 1 block, or the ladle to increase the chance of receiving flasks. We have 38 flasks. We have more than we're ever going to conceivably need, so eeny, meeny, miny, you.
Take it as tribute.
We are blowing through this floor. Our damage is off the chain. Do people even say that anymore? I think they do. Ow. Rude. I imagine most of our kills have gone to Anke for the HP scaling. Miss me, miss me. I should probably get a ward for the Shade. Like, he can have a singular ward. I should probably have it by now. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Bye-bye. You are the weakest link. I could dispel that. I don't know what you just did, but...
Death delivered.
Fine by me? I'll try and get this kill to the Shade. Although I have a feeling it's not going to work that way. Oh! And so it did, actually. Well done, Umbra. Only 52 damage?
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
Oh, you need attack so desperately. The Synod of Darkness. If no minions are killed in battle, all minions that took part restore 20% vigor. That's a great way to keep sustain going early. But that is a weapon. And I like the Bloody Horn. I say early. You can actually use this pretty much through the whole game if you want to. Come to think of it, is there really a weapon that's just like high and above beyond all others?
Will becomes free.
I mean, if you're doing like a full ward build, like I tend to do, the Glass Dagger is exceptionally powerful. Hey, Anke, how you doing? You're halfway there. Whoa! Taking all the kills. Wow, Keeluk snuck one in there. Probably the poison. What do we need? Bone Golem or Ghoul, Headless Hunter, Lost Soul or Shade. Show me the die. Do it. Alright. We should go sacrifice. I don't have a thing to use, do I? I sure do not. Okay. I'm probably going to stop the chainmail once Ankea gets hers fully capped and ready to go. Oh, hey, the scouts. Would you look at that? Just because so many kills go to her that it seems silly to just keep using it.
Ooh, hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
I went ahead and brute forced the ward removal, the ward disintegration. Because Dear Quilog cannot reach. Oh, I've maxed your accuracy and you're still fucking missing. That could hurt. Or...
Make them suffer.
Oh, our first inspiration. Look at that. So her sanity has been fully refilled and she is mighty. Increases damage dealt by 25% and damage received is reduced by 25%. I told you, that shit's spooky. But now she's dead, so. Who cares? I don't care. Oop. Limitless potential. Can Kiernan get a kill? No. He sure can't. Alright, you spit on him. Or miss.
Good.
That's fine too.
More materials. Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
Another Glutton's Tongue. Wow. And the Ring of Purity. Devour Magic. Removes all buffs from an enemy. Restores 5 mana for each buff removed. This is a single target dispel. And if you have enough spell power to reduce its cost, you can actually make this a completely free spell to use. Or even gain mana from it against certain enemies. Looking at you, Grand Magister. There's so much I want to do. I want to level everything. Let's get a Bone Daddy out. It's amazing Kiernan hasn't fallen yet.
Once it gets going, that white is going to turn nice and red.
Yep. In, which playthrough was it? Was it Eternal Harvest 5? Basically, we started... I can't remember what we started on. But there's like Octobone or something. And we just... Every time he died, he got smaller and smaller and smaller. I think he ended on Yoctobone, which was a word I didn't even know. Someone in chat told me about it. Good times. I put a point into calcination. I didn't mention this, but it's basically the advanced doctor, but for mana restoration. And the reason I did that was so we could get luck potion. Minions receive +6 luck permanently.
The formulae reveal their secrets.
And now we could go Scalpel Artist. I think is what we do, team. I talked about winning one of these, but I don't think I need it anymore. Oh, the next sacrifice is in already.
Hardly an inspiring leader, but the dead care not for morale.
Bereft the Great. Will you learn from Alexander and conquer the world with your purple items? Or will you show me nothing? You'll show me nothing. The Headhunter's Contract of Blood. This is the class item. The Headhunter has an additional 5% chance to kill an enemy with any attack, except bosses. Yes, the insta-kills. None do it quite like the Headhunter. Or the Headless Hunter, as I like to call him. Because he is headless, he's a Dullahan.
Embellishes my undead features, no?
Quest time! Mages are the same no matter what age one finds oneself in. They so desire to be left alone, shielded from reality, and surrounded by mounds of tomes where their minds can wander. It is no surprise that your recent rise has gotten them quite worried. worried enough to send an elite vanguard after your breathless horde. You need to deal with him. The question is, how? Obviously, by showing them the might of necromancy. There's no need to parley with mortal scum. No need at all.
Savor these last few heartbeats.
Aw, your ward got in the way. That's not fun. It is turn 2. Whatever. Eh. I'll put it down. You have 45 resistance, and now you have 0. Isn't it great how that works? One of the concerns... Oh, another inspiration. 8 accuracy, 8 attack, and 8 evasion. One of the main problems with like a 92 evasion, a full shade build, is the shade doesn't really have any way of dealing direct damage.
So, this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Yeah, pathetic.
Like, the direct damage is the trap, and that's it. Otherwise, you need to reduce their sanity to get the claw going, or you need to have an item to do stuff. So. That's why full shade builds are really weird.
The gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
The surviving mages retreat through portals, preferring the risk of teleportation over facing your minions for even a moment longer. The mage guilds will think twice before messing with you again. Was that a heal? Ah. Hashtag not worth. I think for now we're going to unequip the Spirit Chainmail. It's done work.
Fetching.
Let's remove that accuracy. And we've gotten 2 inspirations. Let's put the shackles back on, shall we? And break these fools. Do I want to do anything special over here? I can drop a hex bomb in their face. Why not? Kind of interesting that I've gotten only hex bombs and no dynamites. Which, as you can imagine, dynamite is the hex bomb, but for physical damage. Now, we have seen all the units here. Oh, I never talked about the Shield Maiden, though. The Shield Maiden is a tanky lady.
Evil restored.
And her whole shtick is bashing you with your shield, her shield, and defending her allies with her stance. That's all she's good for. That stuns, by the way. If I didn't have the lovely orb of fuck you. But I do. Well, of all the people you could have chosen.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Okay. Between the Hex Bomb and the Slake with Darkness, I actually did quite a lot of stress damage. I'm happy with that. Yep.
Strength through pain.
Feel free to go invincible. Unfortunately, I can't interrupt this. I don't even know who it's targeting. That one. Okay, I'll delay. See if I can get a bonk here. Of course not.
Take everything from
I mean, I got the bonk, but I messed up. I'll make up for it. I'll make up for it with that kill. Sure, I'll just take mana. Owie.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
After victory, Iratus recovers 40 mana for each enemy that fled. Ah, fleeing builds. Not my cup of tea, honestly. You want to level away for more HP. Where do we want to go? It'd be nice to have a full heal right before the boss. TBH. This could give me my final Void Flame. But there are 2 graves in the way, if I go that path. And I don't like double graves. I think we go left. No more sacks. It was just 2 sacks today, team. This will full heal up Cananos. And then we can spin around. Spin, 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 spin. Spin, 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 spin. What are my talents doing right now? Were we going to go Scalpel Artist? I think we were. Part of me wants to... For the next Shade... So the Shade items... I mean, besides the Void Flame being very good, right? I was having a hard time thinking of what I want to put here. Burning Blood's okay. But I actually think that the Glutton's Tongue could be a pretty good choice. We have quite a lot of damage on it. So, like, it's approaching 20%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. It's around 17%, I think. Which is pretty good. And Scalpel Artist will make that better faster. Evasion. Evade all the attacks. Take nothing. Yoink. Well, that's an elite bard. Oh, ho, ho. I see how it is. Do I want to shoot her? You know what I do?
Extinction of life.
And that's why. Fuck you. Wow. Not a whole lot I can do about that. What is that? Just trap me? Huh. You're not gonna die, are you, Umbra? Don't remove all my... you deserve to die. A horrible and painful death. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's quite annoying. The Shield Maiden. Missed me, missed me. I guess I just let Ankia kill you. I think that's the solution here. The solution to all my problems.
Extinguish hope.
33 stress. Not great. They're not awful. Certainly not the end of the world. Unlike this lady. This lady's at the end of the world. Her world.
Was your first mistake. Opposing me? Your last.
Just stand there. I guess heal up, sure. Or not. That's fine. And so I did it. The Talisman of Power. I actually really like that one. What do we have right now? Oh. So this, I think the Talisman of Power is just the general, always good talisman.
Fetching.
It does everything. I think it's just a good one. But of course, the Spirit Necklace is for our build. Right, Scalp Artist. Keep thinking, are we going down Fate? Almost most of my playthroughs end up with me getting Fate. It's such a powerful damage scaler. But, no. We saved enough points to get a ward. We'll do that. Wards are pretty good. Get some initiative for Umbra. I guess I just finished off the excavation and then I level up my people. Guess what we're doing? Spirit Spear. Not quite. The Smoking Gun again. The Symbol of Fortune minions gain 13 luck and minus 13 accuracy until the battle ends. And the Destruction Moth. So to combat, all enemies lose 1 block and 1 ward. I've actually used the Destruction Moth before. It's not bad. It is not bad. Do I have like a coin or something I could use? I do have a brain vat. A strange jar. Do we want to get Kasagtha up and running before the boss? Mostly for funsies? We could, I think.
You will soon embrace your new existence.
I think we could do that. Maybe we do that. Lel. I guess it's way forward. Just keep playing around my trap. Everyone's hitting it.
Your frail bodies.
This went well. This episode went well. It was so easy, too. It always gets easier when the Dompier is involved. I think I mentioned about that in the first position, but whatever. You do you, game. Oh. You're now redirecting each other. How does this work? Oh, your resistance came back. Or did I never hit you? I might have never hit you. Oh well. Doesn't matter.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of us.
All minions gain ward until the battle ends. I just noticed energy I didn't immediately think of. Because this removes all resistance, and this does magic damage. I miss the days of that being percentage based, but that's okay. We have the... It's time to move on. It's been like 2 years. It's time to embrace the present. We can Iratus... Level up Iratus. Boom. Scalpel Artist. Just like that.
Through transformation, the will becomes free.
And we have to wait for 200 Digger Souls before we can do our thing. I think we just keep running it down, team. Yep. We're doing great. Don't stop the momentum. Keep on, keep it on. Ah, it's the Dompier. Does this look familiar? This was you once upon a time, Ankea. But now you have seen the light and have come to the dark. So yes, this is the Dompier. In order to unlock the Fallen Dompier, you need to fight a Dompier and drive them insane, and then they have to be the final units on the field. After doing all of that, they will join you at the end of battle. And if you do that 3 times, you can craft your very own Fallen Dompier. That stun's actually kind of problematic. I mean, I can brute force it. It's fine. We can just wait a turn. Here's a ward.
This never gets old.
Yoink. Put the trap back down. Slay your brethren.
Left to reanimate.
Bye. Also, they get attack power based on how many vampires you have on your team, but I have never used more than one
Mine is
vampire.
the winning side.
Oh. The minion deals plus 100% damage and becomes immune to damage and debuffs during round 1. There is only one unit I have ever found that useful for. And that, of course, is the Dark Knight. If you get this one, yes, No Tomorrow. With No Tomorrow and Hero's Blood, you can actually just destroy people's sanity. Like, get everyone down to half sanity by the end of turn 1. It's amazing. Of course, many wards interfere with this, but it can be quite powerful. I haven't ever found another situation for this. Would the zombie work? Like a turn 1 bombardment, maybe? I don't know. It would fall into the same problem. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know if you've found a solution. Or, you know, a scheme. Quilog's HP is almost maxed. Umbra needs to wait for many, many, many more stats. And Ankea is also waiting. Show me that tier. I don't think you can even find it on this floor. Another Cropa. Okay, I'll take it.
More for me.
Sure, let's get to work. There are some items in the game that are kind of like evolved versions. Sure. That are like evolved versions of, or just better versions of previous items that we've discovered. And one of them is the Divine Tier.
You will restore.
Sure. And the Divine Tier is amazing. It reduces all damage received by 15% and increases all damage dealt by 15%. Wow. You did great. I'm so proud of you.
Your frail bodies fail you.
That is the Dampier's Riposte, which, as you can see, is not great against the Shade. In fact, let's taunt Fate again.
One more for the stockpiles.
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? I want to make the Shade beam work so bad.
Carve open their husks.
It must work. I have to make it work. You don't understand. This is why Quilog is outdated. Well, one of the reasons. Not gonna lie, I thought I was pulling,
Strength through pain.
but I'm not. Almost. Okay. I should have waited so I could heal Cadmus, but that's okay.
A
He's
sad
fine.
display from mortal kind.
Epic rags and a ladle. Ladle, ladle, ladle. The Ring of the Overlord. Iratus starts each battle with full wrath. This is amazing. It kind of makes this look awful. The Iron Heart. I think the Ring of the Overlord was a DLC item. Hashtag power creep. You are... It's so expensive to get your next block and ward. That's how powerful it is. To just not be attacked. I guess we can max out your initiative. You're going to need it. You can't be slow. You must be fast. Swift as the raging wind. You continue to advance through the castle corridors, getting an unexpected but welcome reprieve from the constant combat. Progress is slow, but the thoughts of victory drive you on until you suddenly stumble across a disturbing scene. A lone, withered old man is sitting upon a fresh body. The head is chopped off and the man is holding it in his hands, carefully peeling away the flesh with a knife. He gives your undead a mad smile and then waves toward the ground in front of him. There, among other things, are items crafted from human bone. So we can purchase some of his works, which risks a minion for his works. We can kill him and take his wares, or we can hire him. As long as you continue to prevail, he will have plenty of materials to improve for you. I don't remember what any of these options do, so we'll hire him.
Oh, for my future kingdom.
Skilled hands are hard to come by, and you can already see that this human is no ordinary deranged bone crafter. There was a sublime sadism in his creations, and you wanted him at your side to see how far he will be able to hone his talents. It's worth noting that every one of Iratus' apprentices died a horrible and painful death. So I'm assuming that was not the gracious act. I should have just killed him if I wanted to be gracious. But that's not Iratus either. For once, I went before Quelaag. And I don't think it was helpful this time. Well, I'll put it down.
Now that's gonna leave a mark.
Are you trying to hurt me? Silly wards. Tricks are for kids. I wish I could reach you, but I cannot. Okay. I guess I'll put this down. I might as well. Ow, that hurt way more than I expected. Like, I expected that to hurt. That's her whole shtick, but it hurt way more than I thought it would.
Kingdom comes.
The right is beyond your level. Silly ward. Remember, the rogue deals damage based on missing HP, so that damage was none too surprising. However, what was surprising is that the archer actually hit me. Can't say I expected that at all. Yes, go invisible. What could go wrong?
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
Nothing, because I have no damage. My attack is too low. Still connected.
Soon this world will be mine.
Ooh, the Skull Torch. A consumable to have 100 wrath at the start of combats. What are we going for now? Is it time we go into Ire? Now, because we're dancing around with a lot of high wrath, it wouldn't hurt to go this way. At the start of its turn, a minion I am 1 Digger Soul. Are you serious? A minion gains +2 initiative for 2 turns if Iratus has at least 25 wrath.
Rivers will run red.
Just because we're dancing around so much wrath generation that... And we're going to have even more. I feel like that would be probably okay. Probably. Alrighty, 100 mana. 1 Digger Soul short, of course. Upgrade to full. What do we got? The Lycanthrope, an Elven Ranger, and an Elven Scout. Do I dare take out Quelaag for this? Or do we just let it ride? I do have an Epic Rag, but I should have used that to make this. Maybe it's time for the second shade. Kasagtha is more of this is the end type shenanigans. You know what? Let's try it. Alrighty, allow me to introduce to you our second shade, named Ictus, courtesy of the Ender Pony Dragon. Thank you very much for your suggestion. This means cold or freezing in Latin, which makes sense for a cold, freezing shade. It cares not for the living. Now, unfortunately, our highest level brain was 17. I forgot to use the strange jar. I'm sure you're not surprised. But thanks to double epic items, I was able to give them enough stats that it looks pretty respectable. We maxed out evasion, maxed out accuracy, and maxed out initiative. Their talents are exactly the same as Umbra, which is what should be expected. And they're going to take the place of Quelaag. Now, this is...
My undead tools can be made better, deadlier.
This could be good, and this could be awful. My expectation is hopefully the former. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make sure that these shades are always bouncing, at least one of them is always bouncing each other around with their Grand Deception. And we're also going to give Ictus for their second item. Do I dare try this? I think I'm going to. I have 2 Glutton's Tongues. Let's give him 1. That or the Crowpaw. You know what? I am curious about something. We'll go Crowpaw. There we go. I'm curious if the counterattack counts as a 15 stress. I think it does. It's just AoE stuff that wouldn't. All of our stuff is fantastic. We are going to go with... probably Mana Source. Iratus recovers 10 mana each turn. This is an incredibly powerful boss fighting mechanic because boss fights tend to go pretty long. So
now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
This is the first time I opened up the potion making, the alchemy menu. Well, alchemy is the other thing, the potion making menu. But when I was looking through these, the only one that seems really helpful for our cause is the Mist Mixture. This makes so all enemies lose accuracy for some amount of turns. And I mean, all of these scale in their own weird, wonky way, but I don't think I have the parts to find out. I'm not going to use this, by the way. The skull. Whatever. I could make a healing potion, but I think this will be fine for now. Here we go. To the Lycanthrope, the DLC boss for the 3rd floor. A former lycanthrope, this man used to hunt bounties as a giant bipedal wolf, bringing in his targets with ease. Unfortunately, at some point he encountered a rather meddlesome hero who cured him of his curse, leaving only a lingering connection to canines. After feeding the ever-so-helpful hero to a starving pack, the bounty hunter had to start over, now using dogs to help him hunt. Unfortunately, more dogs means more mouths to feed, and more mouths means higher costs of doing business. So, he is stuck, fighting against the tide of undeath simply because the money is too good to pass up. Ah well. Alrighty, so here is the doggo. The bounty hunter has minions, and he can summon more minions. So, they're always going to be here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Pop this down. And he, of course, can redirect in front of him to his allies, because why not, really? So if we attack him, there's a pretty good chance it's going to hit her.
This will be your end.
Now, the big shtick about him is he gives these buffs to himself, the Sniff Out buff. I'm going to cast Slave Darkness here. After accumulating 5 charges, he uses a special ability, and it is a devastatingly powerful special ability. It hits everyone for just an unholy amount of damage. Now I'm going to delay. Pop that another trap. That consumed my buff. Okay, that's good to know. But I should have 100% accuracy on Umbra, or evasion on Umbra right now, so nothing should hit me. Whether I can hit them, that is a different question.
Ooh, I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Now, the Bounty Hunter is sitting at 125% accuracy. But with blinds,
Fading light.
we can bring that down to 86. So he should technically never, ever hit either of our shades. Especially if I keep this buff up intelligently. Which, you know, I don't think I'm doing that. Basically, in order to keep the buff up intelligently, I would need...
Have a little tingle up your spine.
to make sure they go last? Because once I use an action, the buff is gone. I guess that works. The mark is still hitting. That's the first time I've ever full evaded that. Oh, that feels good.
As worthless as you were in life, you will
Would
be worth something in death.
Really, though? Alright, so now you put down the trap. Now you shuffle. Now we double delay. Stop hitting Keanu Nose. That's not fair. There we go. Now we're doing it to it. Okay, so you do this. And then you shuffle. And then we double delay. The spell is back. You need to be blinded. And we shuffle. Or was I supposed to delay there? I think it was supposed to delay. Fine, we'll shuffle. Just keep it safe. Is it secret? Is it safe? Bonk. This is why I need attack, damn it. But I mean, it's going well. Protect Ankea. Okay. New turn. You do this. You shuffle. You live at 5, of course. And then you die.
This one into furniture.
Blind ends after this turn, so we can just chill. Take full damage. You think you're clever, eh? Not really, no. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I do. The curse is going, and it is a 15. Nice. Not bad. And now, the moment anything hits him, he dies. Which I believe that could include... Yep, he's dead. GG, team. We did it. See if I can connect here. I think I'm going to whiff every 50. Oh, there we go. Well done, Ankea. The double shade brings it home.
Ends. Your service begins.
Nice. Well done. Well done, Ictus and Umbra. Well done. And you leveled up as well, so we can get... Let's go Dark Channeling. Why not? Mana to attack. That is probably the next stat we want to max here. Like, if we wanted to be defensive, we'd, of course, go Block and Ward, but scaling our attack is going to be very important to get this, well, this, to do any modicum of damage. Because right now it does, it tickles them. Tickles them. So, I mean, you can do it. Put a point in luck, sure. Ankea has leveled up, and she, however, is going to continue going down defensive stuff, because, well, that's what she needs. She needs to not die, and she needs to keep pumping out the damage with the Terror Blast. And Karanunos did well tanking. He tanked well. I'm proud of him. I think we're going to wait one turn to get... Actually, we're going into the Catacombs next. Let's get some resistance. Because we're about to come up with mages. Or what's left of them. To upgrade, to finish off the excavation set, we need the ghoul. Will we hear the bugged dialogue?
The blade is a deadly weapon when one has an eternity to master it.
We did. So that is a bug that was introduced when the werewolf was given to everybody, by the way. If you just own the game, you have this now. The ghoul and the werewolf have swapped their summoning dialogue, and every now and then when you summon the ghoul, you get that dialogue. That dialogue has never been used for any other creation. So either it was meant for someone and they just, never gave it to them, or they didn't like it and they overwrote it, or that was meant for a character that just never made it into the game. I don't know which one. You'll let me know what you think. That's my current favorite hidden fact about Iratus. But the ghoul doesn't have many great skins, but the ghoul is a phenomenal character. I absolutely love the ghoul. And fun fact, she used to eat her own friends. That's right. She would eat her allies to get stronger. Now she eats her enemies, which is a much better mechanic. But anyway, in she goes to finish off the excavation site. And, maybe the statue is next? Or maybe we just start leveling people up, giving them those stats that we all too desperately need. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. But that is the mercenary barracks. Next up is the catacombs. And I think next time I'll show you the early access ending cutscene. I think I still have it. I have to go dig it up somewhere. But thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you to the patrons and the channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you would accept the have a channel, feel free to join the description down below. Next time, we begin to think about waning away from Carnunos, who is only providing a tanky body, and some bone ward, as the future is Kasongtha. Maybe even another shade. We'll see. Bye!